Everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a page from Create This Book, which is an art prompt book made by Mariah Elizabeth. I'm going to be using a random number generator to decide what page I'm going to be doing. And I'm going to be doing page 179. Let's see which page that is. Page 179 is Create Unlikely Art. Make art out of ordinary subjects, household objects, numbers, logos. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. But first, I'm going to cut out pieces of paper that I'm going to glue in with my artwork because the paper in this book is kind of flimsy, so that'll make my art, not bleed through the page if I use markers or anything like that. Here are my pieces of paper that I'm going to be gluing in. I'm going to have to cut this one because not all of the little prompt titles are the same size, and this was the size of the quotes when I did a couple months ago. So my first thing that I'm going to draw is this big R, I guess. I mean, it's not really that big, but it said household object numbers or logos. So I thought this is not a number, but it's a letter. So it's like a simple thing. Like, I would never draw this if I didn't do this prompt. So I'm going to decide that I'm doing this R thing, and I'm going to put it over here. I think I'm going to put a picture on the screen of what it looks like from my angle so you can tell what exactly I'm drawing off of. So yeah, I'm going to start, and I think I'm going to do the smaller piece of paper that goes right here for that R. I erased a lot drawing this R because the perspective and the angles that I had to do were a little bit confusing, because there were parts that were flat on the top and then it curved into a roundness, so that part was kind of hard. And on the right side of the R, that little edge, it was a little difficult to do. I had to get out my ruler just to get that line straight, because it is really hard to get perfectly straight line, and that did help a lot with making that R. So yeah, this was pretty easy to draw. It didn't take that long, but I think I really like how it came out, even though it's pretty simple. Subject for my next drawing, I'm going to be doing this orange candle and this measuring cup. I just thought it would make sense since this is a taller piece of paper, and then I wanted to include two things instead of one this time just to make it a little bit more interesting. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing for my next drawing. This drawing was pretty simple to draw as well, although I did redo the cup off camera, so if you notice that it looks a little different than it does right here, that's why. Yeah, I redid the candle at the top a little bit because I got the perspective wrong again, and I even redid this when I colored it. So here's the finished drawing. I do think I should have made it a little bit bigger and probably moved it down to the right a little bit, but I do like how it came out. I think I changed the position of the measuring cup a couple times because it just kept looking a little weird. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do for the coloring is probably alcohol marker with colored pencil on top, or I could do some sort of paint, like paint markers or something. But yeah, I need to figure out what I'm going to do for that. I think it did come out really good, and I really like the way the two things go together. I like how the candle's really tall and then the measuring cup's really short, and I like adding the little half cup design on it. Alright, so I'm going to go into the coloring, and I'm going to start with the R first. To color the R, it was really simple. I didn't really do all that much. You can't really see me coloring it that much. The camera doesn't really pick up on all the colors, but I used alcohol markers and colored pencils. I used a light pink colored pencil to do all the little stitches on the R, even though you can't really see it. I spent a long time doing that, and I wanted to make sure that I added a shadow, so both the drawings will have a shadow. This one is pink, even though the shadow wasn't actually pink. And here is the finished artwork. You can see the little details I have since I put it up to the window. I think it came out really nice, and it does look a little off from the color of the actual R, but it looks fine either way. I had a bit of trouble when I colored this candle because the candle has a weird color that I couldn't figure out how to make with my colored pencils and markers, and it has little darker flecks of darker orange in the light orange, and I tried to do the shadows and stuff, but it just didn't look like how it actually looks. I hope it doesn't look that bad, but I definitely think the measuring cup looks a lot better than the candle. I tried to fix it when I brought in some acrylic markers, but that didn't really make any difference. I tried to blend the colored pencil and marker together by using a marker on top of the colored pencil, but it didn't really seem to work. It just made it kind of weird. And I used a white colored pencil here because there's a reflection of the white cup on the candle, but it ended up just looking like a little bit of a blob. So here are the two together. I gave them both shadows, like I said, and I do really like how they came out. I definitely think I like the measuring cup most of all, and not really the candle. But yeah, this is a really fun page to do, and I'm going to finish by gluing the pages into Create This Book. Here is the final artwork all glued in to Create This Book, and I think it came out really fun. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you join me in the next video, which will be very soon, I promise. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!